Hey everyone, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video I want to walk you A to Z through creating an ad on Facebook using my method. Now, this is an example t-shirt we're going to use. It says fishing is my major. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in Facebook and we're going to create an ad for this shirt. We're going to use my Viral Advantage technique. And yeah, we're just going to build it out. So once you have your shirt designed, this is what you're going to do to build your ad. So let's go into Facebook ads right now. Okay, so when you're in Facebook ads and you're getting ready to create a fresh campaign, you're going to have a bunch of options. You're going to have the option to send people to your website, increase conversions, boost your ad posts. Those are the top three. They're all three really great. They all three serve their own purpose. I use all three. But for this one, we'll just do clicks to website. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right here and we are going to click on the objective to send people to our website. Now, once we do that, we're going to hit the screen right here. All right, so it's going to have send people to your website. It's going to say, all right, what's the URL you want to send people to? You type in your represent URL. It's going to ask you if you want to add a conversion pixel. That's optional. For clicks to website, you don't have to. It's not a big deal because your represent or the platform you're using will show you your conversions. However, if you want to measure the success of your ad in Facebook, putting a conversion pixel in is always smart to do, but you don't have to do it. However, I would recommend that you do it. All right, so once we hit continue, it's going to instantly take us to our targeting. So hit continue. And when we do that, Facebook is going to say, okay, get started setting up your ad. Now, we're targeting that shirt that has to do with fishing, right? So we want to start setting up our ad to be bullseye targeted to people who say their major is fishing, okay? So first things first, we're in the United States. Clearly, this is a shirt that's going to be targeted to people that are in college. So our college years typically are 18 to about, I would say 18 to about 24 years old because people are in grad school, right? That leaves us with 38 million people. Then we're going to roll through here and we are under interest going to just type fishing, okay? That takes our audience down to 4 million people. Now we can play around and try to make it a little bit more in-depth by going to education level, and you can target people that are currently in college. I don't find this always to be mega accurate. See, I mean, that only pulls up 360,000 people. Like, we know there's more than 360,000 people in college that like fishing, right? So you're missing out on a boatload of people if you use this option. So what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to take that option out, okay? And we're just simply going to assume all 18 to 24 year olds are in college. It gives us a bigger demo, right? So we got 4 million. And we're still hitting a good keyword, which is just simply fishing. All right, we've got 4 million people in our target audience. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come down and we are going to hit the next section where we set our daily budget. Now remember I said to limit your risk on a fresh ad. Usually it says $5. $5 is, it's painful to only spend $5 a day. I've tested many, even up to just yesterday before I filmed this video, starting daily budgets. So I limit my risk, but I still get a good bit of traffic. And I found that $15 is a nice little sweet spot to start at. You can certainly start lower, but I usually now I'm taking mine up to starting at $15. Now, with that said, the real slow cook process where you're going to start scaling your ad without risking ROI is going to come in when you decide that this is an ad that you want to scale and you want to increase your budget. So from here, I would go, if this is a successful ad, I'd go from $15 to $30 and 30 to 60. But then I'm going to go from 60 to 100, so I'm not going to totally double it. And then when I get to $100 a day budget, I'm going to start back at 15. Then I'm going to continue doing it in 15% increments. And I have a whole video on that you should have already seen. So that's how I scale my ads. But we'll start this one on a $15 a day budget. So you're not risking a boatload of cash here. You're limiting your risk. You're only going to scale it if it actually works. Then we have optimize for clicks to website, clicks, reach, and so on. So a lot of people usually do reach, but I don't care how many people see the ad. I want people to click the ad, as many people as I can get. So we're going to do clicks to website, and we're going to let it optimize our price for us. So get the most website clicks at the best price. So we're going to leave it just like that. All right, then we're going to name our ad set. So we'll name it ad set 1, okay? Now, that's the second part. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to add an image in to our ad. We're going to leave it on a single ad, okay? We're not going to do this multiple ads, whatever. I've tested these, or for me, they haven't crushed it. So we're going to do one single ad. Now what we're going to do is add in the image of our t-shirt. So to do that, you just hit this plus sign. Okay, so now we've added our image in. You can see it right here. So we're going to scroll down to the next section where we actually write our ad. So pay very close attention here because you want to write a really good ad. Number one is we have our fan page. Fishing is my major. So I just made up a sample fan page. Put a picture of a fish in there. If you don't already have a fan page made, you just simply click this plus button. See, it says create a new fan page. And it's going to ask you what type of fan page you want to create. So I usually just would create a community. So a community of people that like fishing and whatnot. And then it's going to ask you, to name your page, upload a profile photo, hit create page, and boom, you're done. So that's all it takes to create a fan page if you don't already know. All right, so now we've got a nice picture in here. You see I've got a fresh, clear image. I'm not really screwing around with it, putting a bunch of stuff on it, borders on it. It's just a nice, fresh image targeted to people that are in college that say that they love fishing. Now, in the headline here, I'm just simply going to come in and I'm going to ask a question. Would you wear this shirt to class? Oh, not in the headline. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the body. I'm going to type this, fishing major shirt. All right, in text, I'm going to say, would you wear this shirt to class? All right, so you see it says right here, would you wear this shirt to class? Now I'm going to put the shop now button here, okay? So my ad isn't really coming off as much like an ad because I'm not saying like, hurry up and get this now in my actual message up here. It just says, would you wear this shirt to class? I could come in some of my ads, I might say, you can order it by hitting the button below. All right, so if you feel like you need a call to action, you can add that in there. But a lot of times, like I said, I'll just straight up leave it like this because it doesn't look like an ad, and people are more likely to respond to an ad that does not look like an ad, if that makes sense. They will clearly see the shop now button there. So that's really going to be your main call to action. And then under advanced options, it's going to ask you if you want to put other stuff there. Now this is where I kind of put some of the meat and potatoes. I'll say like available in men plus women sizes. You could say even available in long sleeve and hoodies. Click shop now to place your order. Okay, so now you'll notice below it's kind of smaller stuff right above the call to action. it's letting them know, hey, it's not just a t-shirt. You also have long sleeves and hoodies available as well. Because remember, most seller platforms have multiple styles. So you could be losing sales if people think it's just a t-shirt, but they really would have bought a hoodie, right? And you've got your nice call to action here. And you can see that it's going to look good on mobile ads, right? And it's also going to look good on right column ads. So it's an ad that's going to provoke people to respond. And that's how you get your ads to go viral, is by provoking them to respond. So would you wear this shirt to class? You could probably think of other creative things. I mean, remember, this is just purely an example. I would test multiple different ads, of course, but that's definitely something that I would test. So writing the ad, very simple. I've made it cut and dry. If anything else, if you wanted to come back up here to the targeting and you wanted to play with other phishing keywords, you can just kind of scroll down and see what else comes about. So you could even type in stuff like bass fishing, and you see that's a broad category, 2.2 million, right? And it still stayed within the 4 million, so really didn't do much for us. But you can get into some of these other keywords, just trying to find more broad keywords if you want to narrow it down a little bit, but still make sure you keep a really big audience. So bass fishing hits 580,000. Like, that's too small by itself. So I would definitely come in here if you wanted to do different keywords and just start like adding in pretty much all the suggestions, or most of the suggestions, because they're going to be more broad keywords. But like I said, I would really start it out just simply targeting fishing, and if you make that work, you can crush it. And it can work if you have a good design and you write your ad in a way that provokes a high relevance score and a lot of user feedback. All right, so after that's done, once you scroll down, you're going to hit place your order. Now, once you place your order, that's it. Your ad's going to be live, and now it's time to really focus on, is it converting or not, right? And you're not risking a lot of money. You're risking $15, and that's really it. You also can come back in and build a similar ad and target women that say that they love fishing, and you're still going to get almost 1 million people out of that. So I mean, you may target both men and women. And if you recall, if you've seen my split testing videos right now, split testing gender is always wise, because you never know which one of them is going to crush it more than the other. But creating an ad, very simple process. If you haven't done it yet, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to put in $10 or $15 as your budget. You can turn it off whenever you want, and just write an ad that provokes users on Facebook to really reach out and respond to you, because those comments and the under the ad are what are really going to help you get that viral traffic. Okay, so an ad is very simple, just like this. This is legitimately how I write my ads right here, and this is how I'm crushing it. So that's writing an ad all the way from A to Z. Just remember, when you're split testing, after you come down here and you hit place order, it's going to ask you if you want to do a similar ad. Now when you do that, you just simply come back in here, you do everything the same. It's just you might come up here and say, well, this time I want to only advertise to women, or this time I only want to advertise to men. This way you can figure out where your gold is, like where you're really making your money. But this is a good broad demographic, and obviously you'd want a better design on your shirt. This is something I made up real quick, but if you do it this way, you can absolutely crush it with the right design and the right ad.